Good morning. I don't know if you've heard, but I'm going to Rhinebeck and I'm leaving today. It's Thursday, day 13 of Vlogtober, and I am super excited. I just got Emily to school. I have my coffee in my Disney Starbucks cup. And yeah, I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna do my usual. I'm gonna chill, scroll some stuff, and then Dave's gonna get up, and then I'm gonna get ready. I don't know. Oh God, I can't multitask here with a full cup of coffee. I don't know what time we're leaving, but it's gonna be around mid-morning. So I will text my friend Carrie as soon as I'm back home. Oh jeez. I don't know what to do. So gotta fix that. And yeah, so I'm super pumped. I'm mostly packed. So I feel like I'm forgetting everything, but I really don't need anything. So let's go. Let's do this. Ever feel like you're packing too much when it's just a weekend trip? Air fryer's coming. We have plans. And I also got a special guest that's coming along for the trip. It's Kitty 11. So I said, David said he'd give me a special buddy, and he came in with Kitty 9, and he was like, I don't know if I can give you Kitty 9. I said, well, find another kitty. So he said, Kitty 11. I said, he has to come with his costume. So I have Ketchup Kitty 11 coming along for the ride. Pit stop in Ohio for gas and Burger King. Got my crown and my chicken fries. So it is a beautiful day, a little windy, but we are making our way to Pennsylvania where we'll stay today. So that's it. Pennsylvania pit stop, getting gas, head towards the Airbnb. Not much video, just because there's not much going on. We're just driving. Scenery is beautiful. The trees are gorgeous, but I can't get a good enough view from the car window, really. So took a couple pictures, but that's it. So quick bite to eat and headed back out.
Hey guys, I'm going to try my best to be organized and to not ramble, but I make no guarantees. This is going to be an official episode. I'm going to say it's episode 180 of The Cat Lady. My name is Andrea, also known as Cat Lady. That's 2T-C-A-T-T, which stands for Craft All the Things. I am a mother of two, cat mom of, always a cat mom of two, but only one is with us right now. And she's in here right now. I am also doing Vlogtober, so if you go to my channel, which you are on, you will see all the Vlogtober videos. But this counts as Vlogtober days 13 through 16, which are my adventures to Rhinebeck, the New York Sheep and Wool Festival. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram. I am the Cat Lady. Facebook group, also the Cat Lady. I have limited dyed yarn at thecatlady.com, but I have dyed to order all these solid colors and gradients, as well as one listing for a variegated green, brown-ish color. So that is, I'm just keeping it quick. That's my quick spiel. I have notes about the days because I'm talking about 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The opening, you saw the video montage basically of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, I will show you my stash haul. Not much. I did not get much, which I went in with a plan. I went in like before we even got, before I even left. I knew what I wanted to get. I wanted to get fiber optic because they are no longer doing their braids, which I still have some. So I'm going to show you an old one, but Fiber Optic Yarns makes these amazing gradients. And she makes gradients in yarn as well, but she did a lot of fiber, and I think I've spun 2 of these, at least 2, and I've already knit them. I've spun, it's one of the only ones I've like hand spun and then knit something right away. I'm trying to remember if they were both the same project. I don't know, they were both shawls. But I have bought 2 more last time I was there. Oh God, that's a good one too. So those are 2 I bought at Rhinebeck like 2019. But she's not doing them anymore. So she said, I'm bringing all my shop samples, reference colors, and that's it. That's it. Once they're gone, they're gone. So I knew as soon as we got there, that is where I wanted to go. But, so that, I wanted to get more odds and ends. So the spinning, I'm working on the spinning odds and ends. I don't have any, but, into the world. And then I wanted to get a Rhinebeck colorway. Usually I get Miss Babs, but you know, I'm not sold. It depends on what I like. So that was kind of my goal. And so let's see how I did. So we left on Thursday. My friend Carrie, who lives in my neighborhood, she is a knitter and she has never been to Rhinebeck. So I had to scramble a little bit because plans kind of shifted. Jim was supposed to come, and then our childcare thing kind of went a little haywire. And oh, I'm gonna grab this so I don't forget. And we scrambled, and I'm like, oh, you know, I'll ask her. Worst case scenario, I was gonna drive by myself. And sorry, I just forgot to grab these, so I'm gonna grab these. I was gonna go by myself, but I'm like, I checked around with a couple of people and asked her, and she said, oh, sure. So she said yes. And we stayed with Adrian in an Airbnb, so which we had already had booked for a while. I even told her about our stormy sky that we were gonna knit, and she knit one, so we all had one. And I got no pictures of her. Besides a snippet in a video of her taking a video. That's it. Like, we took no pictures of her, and I could kick myself. Like, we have no pictures of the three of us with our matching shawls, and it was bad. There's tons of pictures of me and Adrian because she took a bunch of pictures of us, but other than that, that's we didn't get any pictures of her really, so that was bad. But anyway, so she came over and picked me, and she drove, which this is the first time anybody else has driven me to Rhinebeck, because usually I'm the one who drives everybody, which is fine. I don't mind. But it was kind of cool being a passenger this time. And I offer the drive, but she's like, I'm good. I'll drive. So that was cool. So we left around 11. We stopped at Panera and got a bagel to go and hit the road. Beautiful, beautiful weather. It was cold here, but as we got further out that way, it got a little warmer. So, but it was sunny and the trees were gorgeous and everything was beautiful. The colors were amazing. So we stopped for lunch at Burger King in Ohio, which was on the Turnpike. So yeah, I ate way too much junk this weekend, so I felt like crap when I came home pretty much. But it'll take a few days to get that ick out of my system, I think. Sadie, she's like climbing into my garbage bags and stuff. Anyways, so then we arrived at our hotel in Clearfield, Pennsylvania, which I just randomly booked like a halfway point, and I booked a Holiday Inn Express, and the reviews were good, and the area, you know, seemed okay, but you never know. If you're a long-time viewer, you never know what happens when you book a random hotel in the middle of somewhere that you've never been before, and then it turns out being really scary. Well, this wasn't. This was fine. This was fine. Any day now, cat. So we get to the hotel. Hotel's very nice. Room's nice. Everything looks clean, whatever. And so Carrie gets on to the interwebs and looks for restaurants to eat. She goes into Yelp and finds this really nice, it sounds like it's a nice little restaurant in downtown Clearfield. Getting to downtown Clearfield was only like 10 minutes away, but a little sketchy. Some of the houses were a little sketchy. Like, it looked not nice. But then you get in a little downtown, and it's just a little rustic downtown. And we park, and we go to the restaurant. And as soon as we approached the restaurant, we almost felt like we were underdressed. Once we got in there, we were fine. But it was like white linen tablecloths and twinkle lights, and it almost looked really fancy. I'm like, oh, okay. But super nice wait staff. Everyone was so friendly, and the food was amazing. I got chicken parmesan, and she got lasagna. Homemade, like fresh salad with like homemade dressings. We got pumpkin or Oktoberfest beer that was really, really good. That was just Hacker Shores. That wasn't brewed or anything in-house. But all the food was like really fresh and really good. And then we got dessert, which was all homemade in-house pies. I got lemon, she got coconut, and it was so good. So good. So totally gonna do that again. I would totally do that again. So if I took another trip to Rhinebeck and did it in 2 days, I would stop at the Holiday Inn Express in Clearfield, Pennsylvania, and go to Moena. I think that's how you said it, Moena. So it's a little Italian restaurant downtown Clearfield. So good. So, and then we came home, went to bed. Friday morning, we left around 9 because we didn't need to get into the Airbnb until 2. And it was about 6 hours. So we left around 9. We stopped at... we had the continental breakfast, which was whatever. I had a cinnamon roll and a gross coffee. Yeah, hotel coffee wasn't great. Then we pit stopped at McDonald's. I just got a Coke and ate some of her fries. I wasn't hungry. I had a lot of snacks I brought with me, so lots of junk. But, you know, we did that. That was a bit of an adventure, though, too, because we got off at an exit, tried to get into the Wendy's that was there, and it was, like, hard to get to. And then finally we got there, and then we got into the Wendy's, and the line was huge, and we went to use the restroom, came back, the line was still huge, and we just left. Because we just didn't really have time to wait around. So then we got off at a different exit, went to McDonald's, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Because we had a plan. So as soon as we got to the Airbnb, which we arrived around 2:15, Adrienne was a little bit before us, she took the video of the inside of the cabin. So if you follow both of us, you'll see the same exact video because she just sent it to me, because by the time we got to the cabin, we had to go. We had plans. So the plan was we were going to go into downtown Rhinebeck and get Abba's Falafel. So Abba's Falafel, I've been saying, that was on my list too. That was on my pre-planned list. I want to go get a falafel because every year everyone raves about it and I never wait in line because I don't like waiting in lines. So I don't wait in line for it. And Adrienne's like, well, I'll wait in line at Rhinebeck for you, but we could potentially go the day, Friday, because they have a storefront downtown Rhinebeck. Like, okay. So we were kind of like, we were in line and we were there, and I think she mentioned, good thing, or I mentioned, I don't know, but one of us mentioned, like, good thing we're doing this today so we don't have to wait in line tomorrow, even though we might still wait in line tomorrow anyways, but you know, we don't have to. And the lady's like, oh, well, we're not going to be there tomorrow. What? Excuse me? Hold the phone. You're not going to be at Rhinebeck. Apparently they've been at Rhinebeck like forever, like, and they've been there as long as I remember, and they're not going to be there. And they were still on the website because I looked at the website on like Thursday or Wednesday and they were still listed as being there. And they are not going to be there because that's, yeah. So that was bad. Bad news for everybody else. And they closed, oh, that's the thing. They closed at 3:30. So when we rolled in at like 2:15, we like had to like go because we were like a half hour from downtown. So like we threw our stuff in the house and then left. And then I got the falafel. It was amazing. I'm sad because I totally would have waited in line for another one on Saturday, but that's okay. I can get falafel here, but that was really good. I need to find that somewhere here because that was really good because I really like Mediterranean food. So we did that, and then afterwards we figured we'd stop. We wandered the downtown a little bit, but we didn't really go in anywhere. We stopped in CVS, got some snacks. But we were looking for like some beer or something just to have a beverage in the evening because we didn't really bring anything because we figured we'd just stop somewhere. So we go into the Terry's liquor, wine and liquor or whatever, thinking that there would be like here, there's everything. In Connecticut, apparently, there's everything. Well, the man at the store made it sound like in New York, or at least in that area, they just do wine and liquor at certain stores and then beer at other stores, which doesn't make any sense. So there was no beer there. There was a cutout of The Rock outside the door holding tequila, so I got a picture of that. The Rock is in a lot of kids' movies, so the kids love The Rock. So now I have a picture of me next to The Rock holding tequila. So that was funny. But we ended up getting something there, which we never drank, so I brought it home. Buzz balls, which I've never had. So me and Adrienne still have it, so we'll have to do a drinking Zoom in the future to drink our Buzz ball. It's some kind of like, she says it tastes like chocolate milk, kind of like spiked chocolate milk, so I'm in. But it's like an alcoholic beverage, it's not beer. It's like a mixed drink, I guess. So we did that, and then we ended up back out at a different market to get beer. So then we got back to the Airbnb, and all we did was snack and chat and knit and craft or whatever, and it was great. We listened to music, and it was a lot of fun. We didn't stay up too late, maybe 11. So we did that. Back to the cabin. Oh, outside the cabin was super cute, and there was lots of ducks, and David really likes ducks right now because he's got a little duck that quacks, and his name is Quackers, and so of course I took a bunch of videos of the ducks. but that I could not send because the Wi-Fi did not work and the cell signal in upstate New York is for the ducks. It does not work. Everywhere I've been ever, unless you're in like a big city. So like when I stay in Kingston, it's fine. But anytime I've stayed in any sort of area outside of like the city, it's horrid. So the Wi-Fi didn't work at all. It just didn't work. So like texting and sending stuff was pretty much impossible. So I did not. But I showed him later. Saturday was the big day. We were up at 7. We made air fryer bagels, which were amazing. So you put a frozen bagel, uncut, into an air fryer, cook it for a couple minutes, and then go to Adrian's video, the Reluctant Sisters podcast, because she's got a video in there. I took the video with her phone, I think. Or is it the video? No, I have the video. Never mind. I should send her the video, because anyways, she has a video of me eating it. I have a video of her cooking, taking out and cutting it. You cut into it, and like you can see the steam just coming out of the bagel, and it's like so cool. And you put cream cheese on it, and it's really good. Apparently, the thing to do is put butter and cream cheese on it. I did not taste that variety, but it's probably really good, because why wouldn't it be? But we did that. I made coffee, and we just did our little breakfast there. And then we head out. It was very foggy in the morning. Carrie drove us into town, into the festival, and we parked, and it was wet and foggy, but it was fine. It was cold. I wore my Don't Mesh With Your Heart dress, and I had many options. I could have wore like an undergarment, like long sleeve shirt. I could have wore leggings. I had the normal slip. I had boots. This was my second choice of outfit. I was going to wear this sweater if I didn't wear the dress, but honestly, I was cold in the morning, but it got warm. And it was like hot, cold all day. The shade was cold. The sun was hot. The wind was cold. The buildings were hot. So, whatever. So I just wore the regular slip with the outfit. It was fine. It was totally fine. I did not have any regrets wearing that. I got complimented so many times by strangers taking my pictures. So I kind of enjoyed it, of course. So that was fun. But it was so much fun. So we arrived right before the gates opened, about 15 minutes prior. I had a backpack. We got in line, and we were aligned by the Red Barn. And yeah, we went through a very mediocre security check. They're like, "Do you got any glass bottles?" "No." Here, let me open my bags for you." "Oh, it's fine." I mean, they did. They kind of like half-assed it, but pardon my language. But they let us in. And then we'd be lined straight to Building C, which I knew was where fiber optic was. If they were in the same spot, which they were. And so my first purchase of the day. Oh, shoot. I did forget something, but that's okay. So I didn't go overboard. So the lady in front of me had $200 worth of fiber. And I mean, she was like overflowing with fiber. I'm like, okay, I already have 2. I know this is last chance kind of thing, but I'm not hurting for fiber and stuff. So I got 2 more. So I got Hot Pink Sunshine. Look at all that. And so in order to, I don't have to, but I have to. And it's merino silk, so it's really nice. In order to maintain the gradient, you chain ply it, which I have to. I mean, I could split it and 2-ply it, but it never comes out right. And I could like spin the whole thing and then 2-ply it from one end, and it'll make a weird like barber pole kind of effect, which actually might look really cool, but I don't know. That's really pretty though. And then the other one I got is Bitter Lime Rose Gradient. So it goes this really pretty like pink. It's like a dark pink. It's not really rose, but dark pink, purple, blue, green. So it's like pretty much the second half of a rainbow almost, except with some light pink at the end there. Maybe it'll help you if I show the other side. And again, 80% merino, 20% silk. So I'm really sad she's not making these anymore, but I have 4 now. I peer pressured Adrienne into getting one, which I don't think she'll have any regrets, because she's learning to spin, and once she gets the hang of spinning, she'll have her first like real yarny project, spinny project with that, and it'll be really nice. And then she'll be sad she can't get them anymore either. maybe de-stash, but no one in their right mind would de-stash those. So that was stop one. And then all these are all in the same building. I head over to Into the World and got my odds and ends, which by the end of the day, when we came back later, just as a kind of like, oh, let's wander in there again, they were gone. So I think they had one bag, which I kind of like looked and picked the bag I wanted. So just the look at the colors. Like, I have no idea what's what in there, obviously, but I just found one that looked pretty colorful. And so I got another odds and ends. So that was purchased too. Then we went over to Miss Babs' booth, and actually we made such good entry time that like building C was not swarmed yet. So when we head to Miss Babs' booth, we could actually get in. I could see the colors. I did not like the exclusive Rhinebeck color, but I wasn't sold on it. So Adrienne got something there, and while she was in line, I wandered over to Neighborhood Fiber Co. And they had a Rhinebeck colorway that I was definitely sold on. It was called Lake Montebello, and it looked like this. And there was a sample knit up that looked really pretty. And so I got I got DK. They was all different weights and stuff. I got DK and I got 3 of them. So I'm hoping to be able to make a small sweater again. Another sweater probably. Kind of like my other sweater. And there's lots more yardage in here. So I don't know. I could probably even make like a 3/4 sleeve sweater. It's 245 yards. 100% organic merino. It says machine washable. So it doesn't say superwash merino, but it says machine washable. So I'm pretty certain it's superwash. This is the Studio DK base, but 275 yards per skein, which is a lot because my DK base only is like 230 yards, I think, so a little extra yardage. So I would like to think that I can easily make another short sleeved, mid sleeve, because I feel like I'm working on my sweater and I still feel like I have a lot of yarn left, and I was using 3 skeins of DK. So, but I for sure will be able to make something decent with that. So I got to stop buying single skeins because I got a lot of just really random single skeins that don't match that I don't know what to do with. So this is a quantity of something I can do something with, hopefully. So the end, when you purchased, you get a bag. So I got a tote bag, and it's a nice bag. So Neighborhood Fiber Co. See that? So I got a nice tote bag. It's just cool. So I put all my stuff in there. I got to carry it around my little tote bag all day. And let's see what's in here. There's a leaf in here. The leaves were crazy, so I got a leaf in there. Okay, and that's it. That was it for that part. That was all I bought for the most part. I got another thing to share in a minute, but I will go in order. So we finished up buildings A, B, C. C was like the main building. Then building B had like the books, and I really wanted to go into the book section and try to find the drunk knitter, but it was so crowded and it was just too hard to get in there because all the authors were in there and they were signing and they were doing things, and it was early, and I should have went back in there later, but then I forgot. I did not get to see everybody I wanted to see. It was just, it's so chaotic. It's so hard to find people and whatever. So I didn't. So then we did ABC, and then we wandered through the barns, and I'm wandering into one of the barns. I hear Andrea. I'm like, what? And Tenia, the natural crow knitter, 83. You have a picture. She was tall. I felt like she was taller than me. Gave me amazing hugs, and we took pictures, and it was super fun. And I saw her again later at the podcaster meetup, but she gave me a sticker. Where's her sticker? Breakfast Crew, peace out. Breakfast Crew podcast, and the sticker says peace out. So I gave her a pin, she gave me the sticker, and she was really fun to talk to for a few minutes while we were going in and out of the barns. So that was not my first meet of the day. Actually, when I was at Fiber Optic, I ran into Linda, who is LMCOLL, which I see her every time I'm at Rhinebeck, so it's super fun. But usually I don't see her till the podcaster meetup, which I did see her again at the podcaster meetup, and that's when we took a picture. We didn't take a picture earlier, but she was like right when we came in. I'm in line with my fiber optic, and I ran into her, so that was fun. But then I ran into Tenia, and that was really fun. I saw a few things that I wanted to go back for, so I went to Ellen's Half Pint Farm, and so she had like really cool skeins that were already like they were bigger skeins to make the Shift Cowl by Andrea Mowry, which I had bought some crazy yarn that I'm not in love with, that I think I need to de-stash. I think I just need to de-stash it. But they were like big old skeins to make the Shift. And I liked it, and I saw one I really liked, and I'm like, I'm not sure I want it. It's like one of those things, like, I'll come back for it. And then we went to another barn, and I saw a large one of these guys of camel silk in the same place, sheep shed at Mountain View Farm. This one I slightly regret. It was camel silk, and it was a natural colored, so it was a tan. So not my favorite color, which, I mean, I could have dyed the yarn after I spun it too. But I already have this still, and like I said, I'm not hurting for fiber. So I said I'll come back for it. You can only guess what happened when I came back for it. It was gone. And it's never coming back. This is the problem. It's not that it's just out of stock. It's never coming back. Like, dang. It was so soft. It was like so soft. It'd probably be really hard to spin. Camel silk, it was like so soft. It'd probably be so hard to spin because it's so slippery. But darn it, it's gone forever. So I did not get my camel silk, but that's okay. I don't even think I have a place to put it on my shelf. We stopped for lunch at one of the stands, and I ordered a hamburger, and you would think it'd be simple to order a hamburger. But no. I think the guy kept throwing cheese on it, which I get it. You know, you're in like carnival or festival mode, and your orders are just coming in, and most people are ordering cheeseburgers. So I think she kept asking for a hamburger, and he kept making cheeseburgers, which of course people were ordering and then grabbing. I should have just ordered a cheeseburger. I don't not like cheeseburgers. I just didn't want a cheeseburger. I just wanted a plain hamburger. So it took me forever to get a plain hamburger. But I got it. And everyone else was eating while I was waiting for my hamburger. Then it was podcaster meetup time, I believe, or shortly after at least. We set up our blanket. Yes, because Adrian went and got a burrito bowl, and me and Carrie head over to the hill, set up a sheet to lay on. I forgot my blankets. I always bring like these wool blankets to lay on the hill. I did not, but Adrian had a sheet she brought. So we laid that out and sat on the hill, and it was freezing in the shade. And so then we put in the sun, and it got really hot. Then we moved to the shade, and then it got really cold. And then it got windy, and it got even more cold, and it was a whole thing. But then me and Adrian got up and wandered around. It got real busy. Like, it was like not super busy at first, and then all of a sudden it got like really busy. So I put in the pictures of who I saw. So I saw Linda, who's LMCOLL on Instagram again. I saw Aquilla, which is a lefty knitter, and her daughter. And then I met Pretty Twisted Yarns, Teresa, and Chevas from Chevy Rel's podcast. And then I finally ran into John, who is Aquilla's husband. So that was a silly picture. He like tackled me around the waist. It was pretty funny. And I saw Shameka from Mika Makes, and Boston Jen and Boston Jen's mom. Got a picture with her and Aquilla. And then Earth Tones girl, Denise, I believe her name is. So I saw her, and that was really, really fun. I missed Needles at the Ready, so I really wanted to meet them, but they were kind of out and about apparently. So Kevin and Ray. So I saw tons of pictures of them with other people, but like did not see them at all. I saw the Grocery Girls, but I don't follow them or anything, so that was fine. I saw Andrea Mowry and whatever. You know, there was a huge swarm around her, and I don't really care either. I got a picture with her like a couple years ago. I'm good. I'm good for the rest of my life. So that was fun. And then we went back to the barns, and that's when I found out they were out of the camel silk. And then the skeins that I saw that I liked for the shift were already gone. and the ones that were left I wasn't sold on, which was fine. No regrets there. Then we waited in line, for, and actually this might be out of order, but we waited in line for maple cotton candy. There was no line. We waited in line for maple cotton candy. We got in line for the apple cider donuts, which we weren't sure if it was both or what. And I stood in line, and Adrienne went up to see, and she said there's no line. And she came back down with 2 bags. But where's the business card? I have the business card somewhere. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Oh, there it is. The maple cotton candy is from Hummingbird Ranch Country Store, which apparently they ship, but I cannot find it on their website. I need to get on my computer. It was really hard to navigate on the phone, but something popped up that said they could ship cotton candy. I'm like, it's so good. It's so good. I'm totally going to order some. But they have like fresh honey and honey candy and all this other stuff and maple syrup. So if I can get my hands on some maple cotton candy, I'm going to order it, but I have to go look on the computer. But you wouldn't think. Hummingbird Ranch, it was just a very, random company name. So, oh, I also met, I'm going to say her name wrong. I think it's Chally, but she's Hens and Chicks Knit. Oh God, I'm terrible. I'm going to put it down below. But she made this little mitten, and she has a sock knitting machine. She lives in Michigan, but she's like 2 hours away from me. But she made these little mittens, and they're so cute. And she basically made a tube and then like cut out the template of the mitten and sewed it. So it's super easy to make. So I could totally make these too, but it's like a little ornament and it's super cute. And she asked me in advance what my favorite color is, and I said purple, and this is like got a purpley, or I said purple or burgundy, and this is totally beautiful. And I bet you she dyed this yarn, because she would do that. She has a shop, and I know she sells yarn and stuff. So she also did the spinning competition. I think she got a ribbon for the spinning. Well, I don't remember what place, but that was really fun. So she like packed her wheel. She did a demonstration with the sock machine. She was like all over the place. She did a sock knitting demo, and she did a spinning competition. So she was like, oh, you know what? Her name is in here because she did the events. Let's see. Sock machine knitting demo. Chally Chill Coat. Building E. I don't even know where Building E was. I don't know if I went into Building E. Oh, no, that was the food and wine building. Okay, so my final purchase, well, thank God it was my final purchase because it got really heavy really fast, was the Hedda Glögg. And I have gotten this in 2019, I believe. And it's a mulled wine that typically you heat up. So you're supposed to heat it up. You don't have to heat it up, but 21.9% alcohol. So it's very, very potent. So small doses, small amounts. But that bottle lasted me I bought it in 2019. I think I finally finished it last Christmas, maybe early this year, because I was savoring it because I only had one bottle. And I don't know where I was going with that, but we walked into the food booth building, and we wandered around, and I've figured if I saw it, I'd buy it. So I bought one for me, and I bought one for a gift, and then they're like, well, if you buy 3, you get a bag. I'm like, well, okay, I'll buy 3. So I got 3 of them. So I got 2 for me, and 1 as a gift. And then I got this cute bag, and I really like the bag. So I'm glad I got the bag, because it's a cute bag. How many times can I say bag? So it's really cute. You got little animals by the campfire with probably their mulled wine in there. Oh yes, they all have cups of wine. Oh my gosh, I just noticed that. They're all drinking their toasty wine. I love it. That is so funny. And then that's a horse. Originally, when I remember buying it a couple years ago, I'm like, oh, it's a sheep. It's a horse. But those are all sheep drinking wine by the fire. That is my new favorite bag because it is so funny. Looks like his little cup is missing, but that's okay. So I have, but it was okay, it's a tote bag. So basically, the joke is I bought a tote bag and got a free bottle of Glögg. But yeah, I do feel like I need to be careful with this bag. I feel like the pieces could come off, so I got 2 tote bags for free. And yeah, so I didn't overdo it with the purchases. I'm very proud of myself. I still spent too much money, but that's okay. And then I got a bonus skein of yarn as a gift from, technically it's from Sarah, who is Adrian's sister. She had some extra skeins of yarn she wanted to just kind of donate. So Carrie took some and I took some. So it's just a sock yarn. It's really pretty. I do like it. So it's got some greens in there. Or it's green with like some blues in there. So it's really pretty. So got that bonus yarn. I also got my Advent from Adrian. There is the Patton's Graces in here too that I need to open, but I have not opened it yet because I just haven't opened it yet. So that's that. And then what I worked on while I was there, I worked on Mini, which I finished yesterday. You saw on my vlog that I finished it yesterday. But I did some spinning while I was there, so I finished that Mini, and I'm on to the next one, which you can see today on my vlog for today. I saw a crochet granny skirt. It was like all granny squares, and it was like all colored square. It was like a black border, and then they were all put together in a very long maxi skirt with like, it just had like a waistband, and then it had all granny squares. I'm like, oh, I could do that. I could do that. I know I said I wasn't going to do like a wearable, but I think that would be, because you could wear like a slip underneath, so as far as like anything itchy, it wouldn't be a problem. And it had 2 slits down the side. It was, I don't know, super cute. And she said, and I told her I liked it, and she said it was no pattern, or I asked her, I'm assuming it's just squares, no pattern. She's like, yes. So I feel like it'd be really easy to make. So that is on my list of ideas to do with these minis. And then I worked on my, oh, what's this? Oh, this, I got some stuff from Pretty Twisted. So I got a pin and a pin and a sticker. And then I got a coaster from Chevy Real. Okay, and then I worked on my knitted knockers all weekend. So I got a set of A cup, and I labeled them all nicely. So I'm an A cup set, and then I got a B cup set, and I was supposed to start a C cup set, but then I accidentally stopped my increasing at B, so it's going to be another B. So right now I'm currently on another B, which I still have plenty of yarn left. This is the Kobu yarn. So I will work on that some more and be done with those for a bit. So but that's what I worked on. It was pretty easy to work on the hill and in the room and in the cabins or whatever. The weather here is terrible, so it's like freezing, and it snowed yesterday briefly. I mean, like flurries. So I feel like my allergies are kind of just like all over the place, because then it was like hot and cold, and well, it was not hot at all yesterday, but that's it. So I'm trying to wrap this up here. So that was it. Rhinebeck is in the books. Already excited for next year. Next year it falls on the weekend of the 21st, 22nd, which is my birthday. October 22nd is my birthday, and I really want to stay on Sunday. So I'm not sure how to make that work, because it's difficult with my children. Because I really enjoyed taking 2 days. Well, no matter what, I'd have to drive up on Friday, so that would be a day off. So then I would have to have Monday off to drive home. So I don't know. I couldn't drive up Monday, or I couldn't, if I really, really wanted to do it, I could drive all the way up on Friday like normal, get into town super late and whatever, and do that. Do the festival Saturday, do the festival half day on Sunday, birthday, drive halfway, and then drive the other half Monday to make it a little, so I could go to the festival on my birthday. Even though Sunday's like lazy day at Rhinebeck, but I don't want to go, and it's my birthday, and I want to have a fun weekend. So, because taking Friday and Monday off for my husband is a little tricky for me, because it's not like it's a family trip. It's like my trip. I'm gone, you're home, and the kids got to go to school, unless they all came with me. But I don't think they'd have fun. I mean, there's kids things to do, but it just, I don't think they would have. I don't think they'd want to stay there as long as I stay there. So unless we drove separate cars, or I carpooled with friends and they took the car. I don't know. I feel like that's a whole another layer of complicated. So I don't know. I have a year to figure it out. I will go ahead and book my overpriced hotel once the dates open up, which I have to look that up and see what happens. But hopefully we'll do another Airbnb or something with some friends and figure it out. So that's it. That's my wrap up. Back to Vlogtober until the end of the month, and then we'll be back to a normal schedule of podcasts, and then we will be back to Vlogmas for December. I already have the date for the LD wine calendar marked on the calendar. It's like November 2nd, or I believe, or something. So that is coming up. That is coming up. So that's it. I hope everyone has been enjoying the Vlogtober. I feel like I've had a pretty positive outcome with it. So as far as people watching and commenting and stuff. I don't know what, I'm just rambling. I told you I wasn't going to ramble, and here I am rambling. So I'm going to wrap it up. I hope you all get to craft all the things.